Hey, real life traders from around the world. My name is Jerremy Alexander Newsome, and I hope you're doing absolutely sensational. This is the Real Life Trading Facebook page, and on here I have two articles. If you get a chance to check them out, they're actually both really good. I have a friend. She is under Twitter under the Frugal Model, and she posted a really good link that I think that you guys will get a chance to check it out and read it. It's really good because January is what I call extra income month, where we talk about not only a little bit about resolutions, but what we can do in 2015 to generate additional income other than trading, right? Because if you generate more money trading and you generate more money from your job or from your work or from whatever, and you also generate money from something on the side, then it really can help quite exponentially. And this is another good article about two people in debt. They paid off $92,000 in debt over 3 years, and they kind of talk a little bit about how they did it. And again, that's another mission of real life trading, is talking about paying off debts, talking about the real life aspects of trading. You know, making $100, paying a light bill, paying towards your credit card debt, paying off some mortgages, paying off your car loan, getting out of debt, becoming financially free. And, you know, a lot of companies out there, they sell you the dream and they make you pay money to show you how to do those things. But real life trading provides you the bridge. So if you're at A and you want to get to B, we show you exactly how to do that from step by step, right? What type of credit card you should be paying off, how much you should be paying off. And that's really what the mission of the company is, and that's how we enrich lives. So if you get a chance, check out a few of those articles, share them, like the page, all that kind of jazz. And let's hop over to the markets and talk about how we can make a little bit of money. Apple today, another beautiful white candle. So white candle, white candle, white candle, white candle, white candle. I'm really interested to see what happens on earnings. Here's your resistance on Apple at about 112.78. We closed above there yesterday. We got another nice retest gap today. So here on the hourly chart, you guys can see it was a nice little flag pattern and we gapped up. So it was a retest, right? Well, on Apple, we did get the opportunity to retest. Here's a little bit of a pennant pattern, and here's kind of the pop bullish. And, you know, there's some nice little quick moves. Quick profit off the table in Apple, but on the 15-minute chart and the hourly chart, it looks a little bit better. But overall, earnings is pretty much right around the corner tomorrow, I think, either before market or after market close. And I'm really excited to see what happens. My thought, and I'll update you guys on Wednesday, but here's a bunch of white candles. So if we gap up to, let's say, 118, 119, it'll probably be a retest gap where, you know, we pull back a little bit and then we bounce. If we gap down, really depends on where we gap down to. If we gap down anywhere around 106 to 104, I think people will see that as a buying opportunity and they'll probably buy the shares of Apple. If we gap down strongly below 103.65, the support level, that actually could be a pretty bearish gap. So I kind of am interested in seeing what happens and how it plays out and what exactly transpires on the earnings gap with Apple. But keeping a close eye on it because it really is closing above some nice resistances, and I'm interested to see how that does in fact play out. SPY. So SPY at the moment, I'm still more bullish than bearish. This week, I'm expecting a little bit of bulls to kind of come into the market. I would really love if these 2 days, so Friday and today, are kind of slow, pathetic days in the market, and then towards the end of the day today or sometime tomorrow, probably tomorrow, we break out strongly. And if that's the case, I think that I feel really good about that. Really good volume on Thursday's candle, decent volume on Wednesday's candle. So I'm more bullish than bearish on the indices. We got some really good support right here. We got some lower highs. So we could begin to form something like this, right? That is entirely possible. But if we begin to break out, I would be more bullish than neutral, at least on the general market. Right now, DIA kind of have a high wave candle going on. Again, could be a little bit of a flag pattern. I don't anticipate the low of Thursday's candle being taken out, but since we did get triggered in bullish, I think on Thursday, probably we want to have some protective puts below the low of Thursday's candle. So if we do start making some lows, again, we could get back down to this lower level. So here's the ETF of the Dow, which is the DIA, and we have, we have an interesting pattern, right? We have some higher lows, we have some lower highs, and we could congest in here for a while. I think today's going to be a little bit of a slower, choppy day on the indices, kind of lower volume. And then tomorrow or Wednesday, we could start making some moves. And again, if we break out of that pattern, it should be really interesting to see what happens. The QQQs, not too much. Small candles. I would love a flag, and break out of that would be just really pretty. The longer we trade sideways, the better the breakout will be. And IWM, I did get confirmation today that Larry the Legend Neighbors is also in a 112, 111 bull put spread expiring in February for about, he got 14 cents, so he got a penny better than I did. But this is a trade that I am keeping a very close eye on. But I'm personally not even going to do anything with it at all. I'm not even going to, well, I said a close eye on, but I'm really not going to look at it unless we close below 114.20 on the hourly. If we don't close by 114.20, I'm just going to let this trade do what it does and expire worthless and go to option heaven, and that'll be that on the IWM. So far today, some interesting gaps going on. Yahoo was a decent little retest gap, and here's the 5-minute trade on Yahoo. So it gapped up. Here's the retest gap. Boom, boom, boom. Here's your little, pin it, stair step. And Jonathan Higgins really took advantage of this trade. Had some really good moves in here, and he probably, I think Jonathan got trailed out somewhere around 49.61 for a little bit of a profit. So that's a great trade overall. Today I did donate an R to the cause of GNRC, I believe it was, GNRC. Yes, so GNRC actually looks a little bit better as of now. I might try this one more again, but here's your 15-minute chart on GNRC. It was a really, really pretty gap, and I tried it at 48.36 by 48.09 earlier today. So here's your 5-minute chart. Here was the bounce off the 10, got in, got stopped out the very next candle. It does look quite delicious again today. Probably would take the stop and move it down to about here, which is 47.97. And if we come over to the 15-minute chart, probably want to get above this wick again. It might just be a little bit of a bigger entry. So 48.37 by 47.97. If you really are feeling froggy, you might could consider a 48.29 bullish entry. See if we kind of pop there, but the exponential moving averages should kind of prop up GNRC. I would imagine the hourly and the daily charts are both, you're trapping a lot of people there. So I would keep a little bit of a bullish perspective on that. Oliver did very, very well on UPS today. So here's UPS. The sell-off has continued as I anticipated, and we traded down to a pretty decent support of about $100 and some change. Here was the 5-minute trade on UPS. Trade came in, retested, and failed. And Oliver got trailed out back in here for about 9R. So he was in since Friday with an option trade, and it did move quite nicely for him and for a few others. So great trade, Oliver. DHI, I've been watching DHI a little bit. Not a lot going on there. And TradingView is acting up on me a little bit. Something I did find out today on TradingView, which is really interesting, is you can separate your charts. I had a good friend of mine, Daniel, and Kenneth Freeman asked me this earlier today. Down here on the bottom left-hand side on TradingView, you can click this and choose your layout. So if you want to have different time frames on your charts, you can do that. I think that's a pretty cool feature that I didn't know that it had. I still like my one big chart, and I'll just switch to different time frames. But if you like the multiple charts, that's how you can do that on TradingView. Let's see if there's one other thing to look at. I think that's about it. STX is going to be one that you'll probably want to keep your eye on as well. Really, really good retest gap, and it does appear that it's kind of retesting right about now. The high, I believe, of this candle is 58.75, and the high of this candle is 58.75. That's a tweezer top, my friends. A really decent one for a retest gap, too. So that entry stop would be about 58.76 on STX. An entry would be below the wick of that white candle, right about there. 58.03 would be the intraday trigger, and target would be kind of low of the day, which is about a 1-2. So that'll be interesting to see how and if that plays out. I do like the tweezer top. I always love tweezer tops. I think that'll work out pretty decently. So we'll see how that plays out. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching your Monday market real life stock review. I hope you had a great weekend, and if you need anything from me, please feel free to ask, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. Today was a great day in the morning. We had the very first Monday morning day trading room ever of real life trading. We're going to continue to do that this entire week, and it is entirely free. This week, Monday through Friday, we're going to have a morning day trading room open to all. And hopefully in February, we'll start a few new things, and those announcements are coming right around the corner. So I look forward to seeing you guys Wednesday in the next real life stock review. Until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See you guys.